Hello there. I'd like to do two more vampire films, and why not this one? A damn good one. I wouldn't like to say this was an horror though, but I would say it's a damn good story. That being Interview with the Vampire. Say it again. Interview with the Vampire. And it is a good one. Especially when you've got damn good actors like Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, the lot. And what a damn good story. Based on a book, this is Interview with a Vampire. Now, all fairness, I've never read the book. I've never read the book, same on me, so I don't know which is different, the book version or the film version. But I remember, right, this is a true story, I saw this back in its day, back in the days of the theatre, and I loved it. There's a lot of history about Interview with the Vampire. Number one, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt didn't feel comfortable with the fake fangs and like you see in Dracula and the Hammer House, which I talked about, and the Universal vampire films. The bit where they open their mouth and do this. For good actors like that, it just looks stupid. It looks silly seeing Tom Cruise stand about like fucking Dracula. So there was a bit wearing doing those scenes, but they went with it and they did it. They loved the book. And they respected the book, and I think the film did it do. It does it do because the acting is fucking brilliant. It's brilliant. I love to see where Brad Pitt comes in. Again, he meets another damn good actor. He's playing the reporter, and he reports him. He's doing typing a story up, and basically Brad Pitt. Well, Tom Cruise does come in it. Brad Pitt is doing the story. And I actually love that idea because this is an idea where they went through the different eras, like 16th century, the 18th century, 14 something century. It was also a bit of the Black Death, that century. And it goes through the different eras. And it really bases onto that. And a lot of people went really about that. I actually like that idea. I think the idea was clever and it was unique. Because it's also so that people think, it's great to be a vampire. You can live forever, you stay long, you never die. But it does show the downside of it. Because after the bit, it'd be a bit fucking boring. It'd be a bit like the scene in Iron Dog. After the bit, you go through all the sensory, you're 20 something, and you never die. And I like the way it portrays that on the little girl. The little girl what comes in it, very good performance. I know she's growing up now, but damn good performance on her part and all. There's a bit in it where it just sort of mentioned that, in the film Near Dark, the film I talked about, Near Dawn. It mentioned it in that, but I think this was better done. Because she's pissed, basically. You can understand she's pissed. She's basically a grown woman trapped in a little girl's body because she don't get old. It doesn't go into that moment where you can't see your affection and wooden stakes in the art and all that shit and old trosses, old water and all that. It doesn't go into that. But it does go into the bit of the sun. The sun will basically, if you're a vampire, will turn you into toast. And Brad Pitt's telling the story and it's about, to meet his doom with some prostitute. He's about to get his throat slit by a mugger, and that's when Tom Cruise comes into it. And I just love it. He says, I could leave you in the water or I could let you live. It is for you to decide. He drops him in water, but it doesn't kill him, and that's his downfall because Brad Pitt, as we all know, he gets turned into a fucking vampire. And the performance of them both, I think they both rub off brilliant in this. They rub off brilliant. I've forgotten, it's a true story, I've forgotten how long Interview with a Vampire was, but I remember seeing it back in the day in the theatre. And on the theatre you had the epic music, does I'm doing a shit job, but the music is just top notch. The performance is top notch. The same director, as you know, is the same director what given us The Dying Game. He also given us one movie I reviewed, that being Company of Wolves. You do get one vampire in it. It was in the Dying Game, and he was also in Company of Wolves. Kind of basic douchebag in this. Basic douchebag, because there's a film part of the scene where they think they killed Tom Cruise. until you've seen the film, you know he isn't dead. And you get Brad Pitt, bury him alive, don't get, he's a vampire, and what they do to the little girl and the woman who wants to be her mum, they leave them in this place where it's outside and the sun basically melts them. It fucking melts them. There's one guy who saves Brad Pitt, you know, he unburies him, but it's a guy who does that, and there's a bit where he smirks, just like, you think, the way you see Brad Pitt looking at him, you think, you're gonna fucking get it, you're gonna get it, and he does. Brad Pitt gets his ultimate revenge. He gets his fucking ultimate revenge. He gets his big fucking setter and he cuts fucking heads off. He slices people in half. No fucking about. Cutting heads off, slicing people in half. Like bloody in parts, but it's not too bloody. I mean, it's not too gruesome, but it's bloody in parts. And I bloody love it because it's a dudder. You got to see when the house is on fire. When I saw that on the cinema, it was like, wow. Tom Cruise barges in and says, look at it, you burnt that house. Ooh, Louis. And I love it, I just love the lines they're saying it. The lines are just brilliant. And it's one vampire film where you could take it serious. Normally vampire films, you know, and they're biting people on the neck and they're turning into fucking bats. But this one was, I'd say this one was a good acting role. This is a vampire film you would take serious. You take fucking serious because the acting's top notch, the story's top notch, everything about the film is top notch, and it's a damn good acting role on both parts, even on the little girl herself. Every acting in this is damn good acting. It's damn good acting. This has to be the last, I would say, is a serious vampire film, and I think it did it right. You want to see one what does it fucking shit? Do you want to see one what does it shit? What's Queen of the Dam? Was supposed to be a sequel to Interview with a Vampire. Actors made out of wood. Shitty CGI effects. Storyline over the fucking top. I don't even remember it because it's forgettable. I saw that, fucking hated it. It was supposed to be a sequel to Interview with a Vampire. Sequel my fucking ass. More like it was chastening on the name. However, Interview with a Vampire, a damn good role. Like I say, bid it in 1994, and it was Interview with a Vampire. It was one of the most popular grossing films. It made a shitload of money when it came out, rightly so. And I'll let you into a secret. We were once in Bernardo's, and we were sorting books out. That's right, we were sorting books out, and we were sorting all these fucking books out. Guess what? Guess fucking what? One of them was Interview with a Vampire. I actually saw the original book. Again, I've never read the book. I know, same on me. So it's not one of them where which one's better, the book or the film. Because as we all know, books are just joker and utterly different compared to the fucking films. They never like the film. They never like the films. But if you want to see good acting, based on the good olden times, good acting on every actor's part, isn't fucking made for laughs, isn't wooden stakes in the art and that, go for an Interview with a Vampire. And I'd love to see him at the end with Tom Cruise, where you thought got killed. He comes back and he dives off, and you got that beautiful song, I think it was that sang by Guns N' Roses. Pleased to meet you, will you tell my name? Woo woo. And that was a great scene at the end. So for that, I love it. I also love the bit where Brad Pitt's in the cinemas and he shows all the old films. He even shows Nosferatu, one of the very first vampire films, the silent era. So Superman the movie. Okay, the very first time I saw Christopher Reeve flying in the air as Superman. I like that. It was like a good little touch to show the era of times. And, you know, I like that idea. It's a vampire film that was different, and that's one I dilute. Again, you see vampire films, some good acting. So when we said, oh, vampire films, they're stupid, just bite people on the neck and they just turn people into vampires, you see them all. Like I said to those people who say that, what's Interview with a Vampire? That's what you got, a vampire film with some good acting. Into them, I'll see you soon for the last vampire film I'll talk about, that being John Carpenter's Vampires. Until then, see you soon.